Okay, welcome to Cooking with Joel or my new cooking show. I'm going to show you what I have in my collection of pots and pans and what you might want to think of when setting up a new home. First off, I have stainless steel. This is my everyday stainless steel. This is an all-clad set. I have a complete set. This is the saucepan. Right over here is a saucepan or a stock pan. I think this is the sauce. This is more of a stock because this I believe this is a 3-quart. The nice thing about these being stainless steel is you can use them on induction burners. They're really great heat-wise. They heat up nicely. They cook fast. You can put these in the oven up to a 500-degree oven. I've never done that, but you can. These are a really great piece to have in your house. You can buy them individually. The cons of these is these are not cheap. They do have a little bit of weight, but they're not overly heavy. A pot about this size, and this I think is a 3-quart, is about $150 to $160 per pot. If you buy the whole set, they range from $600 to well over $1,000. And the set that I have a 15-piece set. My set was almost $2,000, but I use these every day when I cook. These are a great addition to have in the kitchen. If you can afford it, getting a good set of cookware for your kitchen, you're going to have nothing but good results down the road. So if you're first setting up your kitchen, set a budget, buy the most expensive pots and pans that you can afford. It doesn't have to be the all-clad, but having a good set of cookware will carry you for your entire life. You'll never have to replace these, and you can pass these down generations because they will last a lifetime. The warranty is amazing on this. If anything goes wrong with this, all-clad will replace it, will fix it. I've had this set for about 20 years now. And you can tell it's much loved. And I'll show you eventually my entire set, but this is my all-clad set. And like I said, the pros, it's lightweight, it's stainless steel. You can use it on induction burners, gas stove. You can use it on electric. You can put it in the oven, and you can do a lot of stuff with this. So that's my all-clad set. Now, I'm going to show you, this is a cast iron fry pan. It is a Lodge. Cast iron ranges. It can go from very, very cheap to very, very expensive. And I'm going to show you a very, very expensive cast iron I have. The nice thing about this is you don't have to do much to take care of this. You do need to season it, and I will do a video using this and show you how you properly season cookware. If properly taken care of, this will last you a lifetime. You can fry, you can make this a non-stick, you can put this in the oven, you can put this on a grill, you can put this if you're camping, this is a great thing to have. The cons with this is this weighs quite a bit of weight. It is not a expensive piece. I paid, I think, $45 for this size fry pan, and I think this is a 10-inch. The cons of having this, like I said, are it does have a lot of weight. So if you're arthritic or you don't like cooking with heavy pans or pots, then this is not going to be for you. A lot of people are afraid of owning cast iron, and I will be be one of the first to say I was too at first until I got more knowledgeable of how to take care of this. This is something that does not go in the dishwasher. This is, you just wipe it out with a wet paper towel, re-season it, dry it on a flame or dry it on a heat source, and it pretty much takes care of itself. I'm trying to think what else to say. You can use metal in this. You can use wood, spatulas, stuff like that. It does heat quite quickly, and you do need to let it heat up before you put anything in it. You don't want to, if you're frying something, you don't want to put a cold in a cold. Because then what happens is your food absorbs the oil or flavors. So I'll show you more of how to properly use this at a later date. This I don't use every day because it's too heavy for me, and I use it for specific foods in my kitchen. But you should consider getting at least one good cast iron pan. And like I said, this is a Lodge. This is another con, is the whole thing is cast iron. So when it heats, everything gets hot, including the handle. That's why I have a silicone holder that you put on there, and then you can grab the pot. It does take a while for this to cool down once it heats. So that is another con, or pro, depending on how you look at it, is this is an unbelievable heat source. I meant to say, since you can't wash the cast iron, Lodge cast iron in the sink with soap, these you can. This is my Alclad again. This can go in the dishwasher, hand wash. It's really easy to get stuff out of this. Sometimes in a cast iron, because of how it heats and depending on what you're making, if you're not using enough oil, it can stick, and I will address that at a later date. Now I'm going to show you some cheap pans that I own. And these are two little saucepans. These were my grandmother's. And you can tell that this one especially has been very loved. This one used to be a non-stick, and you can tell that most of the stick coating has gone. So it's a more of a stainless steel underneath. But I use this for sauces and quick things. I don't use this that often. This was my grandmother's pot, and this is a Fabware. It was one of her pots. It's incredibly light. Stainless steel. This is probably at least 25 to 30 years old. The pros to this is you can use it for what it's meant. The cons is this is a plastic handle, so you've got to be careful where the handle is on your stove, because this actually can melt. This is incredibly lightweight. Is it good for the house? Yeah, I mean, I've had some things stick to it and some things not. My grandmother used this for various things when she was alive. So it is a good pot to have. I don't know much about the Fabware cookware line because I don't own any other pieces than the stock pot or the little sauce pot. But you know what? If you have a mobility issue or you don't like things too heavy, this might be something to look at. This, like I said, I can go one-handed, and this probably weighs less than 2 pounds, if that. And it does come with a lid. It's a nice addition to have in your kitchen. Now, I'm going to try to move my camera, and I know you're seeing more of my mouth than my face. See if I can get that to stick. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to show you a very, very expensive cast iron, and that is my Le Creuset. And let me set this down. I can tell you one con about owning the Le Creuset, a brand, is it is incredibly heavy. This itself weighs probably close to 12 pounds. This is definitely not something that I use every single day in the kitchen. I use this more of when I'm doing like a fancy dinner, if I'm braising something or if I'm deep frying something. A pot roast is good in here. This can go in the oven. This can also go on the stovetop. And as you can see, the difference, I'm going to show you the difference between these two. These two are both cast iron. This one is not, if you can see the white on the inside of the Le Creuset, this is what they call enamel. So this is a non-stick. I don't have to do anything to this. Put a little oil in it and go. I don't have to season this, which is nice. This can go in the dishwasher. However, I always hand wash this. I never put this in the dishwasher. You want to be careful. Anything that is enameled like this, you want to be careful with what tools you use in it. I don't use metal in this because you can chip the enameling. The pros are they come in lovely colors. They get hot and they stay hot for a very long time. You can do a lot of stuff in it. This one is, I think this one is, it doesn't tell me on the bottom, but I think this is a 12 quart, might be even a 13 quart. The cons to this is a very expensive piece. This is an over $400 piece of cast iron, and I only own 2 Le Creusets. I own the oval and I have a round that's up in my thing. I do not use these day to day. I only use these maybe a couple of times a year because they are so heavy, and that's a con. If you don't like heavy stuff, this is something not to get. Although this will, if it's properly taken care of, last a lifetime. And again, you can pass this down. So these are the pots and pans that I use. Oh, I gotta put that down. It is so heavy. So these are the pots and pans that I do use in my kitchen. And I will show you in a later video. I do have fry pans. I have the complete all-clad set, and that's this. I have I have 2 roasters. I have all of their fry pans and all of their stock pans and steamer, and those are my go-to pans. The cast iron I use once in a while. They're not bad to have if you are a cook or a professional cook. Then those are a must-have to have in your kitchen. If you're just the average everyday cook and you don't do a lot of like heavy cooking or frying or braising or stuff, then you know what? You don't really need cast iron in your kitchen. Or if you have a grandmother or a loved one that's older, chances are they may have passed down a cast iron piece to you. So, that concludes today's cooking video of pots and pans and what you should get for your kitchen. If you have any questions or comments, please go down below, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment. I will be reading them. And we'll talk more about different pots and pans and what you can do with them. Today I am actually making a big dinner, but I'm not going to video it. Because it would be a long video and I've got to get cooking. So join me later on in the week for another great cooking video.